So I've never recorded one of these videos, but I've got these old slider casement windows that some of them around my house have had the seal broken on them, and they are dual pane, and that means they've gone cloudy. I'm going to see if I can walk up here and explain what it is, and see if there we go. You can kind of see this cloudiness that's not on the surface of the windows, it's in between the panes. There's no way to clean that up. And as I understand it, the reason why these go cloudy is that these seals here will break or breach and allow condensation to get inside here, and they're otherwise, I believe, gas filled, and regular air will breach and get in there, and the seal will be broken and they'll get in. Not this seal here, but on the interior. This is just kind of a surface seal. But condensation will get inside, dry, and leave this residue on the inside that clouds the glass. And this has happened, this one's not even that bad, but this has happened to a number of my windows in my house over, I guess these windows are maybe 20 years old, maybe younger. But anyway, I did a little homework, and I just determined that to replace the windows completely was, hundreds of dollars. And I got these beautiful views, and I am not the wealthiest guy. I just happen to have been able to purchase this home and get into it at a reasonable enough cost, but I cannot really afford the prices, so thus I am a do-it-yourselfer. So I'm making this video because I've had to do this a number of times and replace these windows, and I figured, well, maybe other people out there might benefit from this. I certainly can't speak to all windows. I can only speak to this type that are in my house. And this is really for my record-keeping purposes too. I've done this a number of times, had to figure it out over and over because I'm too forgetful that I can't remember how to replace these things. So I'm going to go through it step by step. Okay, so for me, the first thing I got to do is remove the blinds and the screen. Hopefully everyone knows how to remove those themselves. Okay, I got the blinds down. I can leave the hardware up there. That's totally fine. All right, so my cloudy window happens to be on the section that does not slide, the fixed part. So first thing I need to do is remove this sliding portion. Okay, so I'm going to zoom out here and show how, and just in case anybody out there doesn't know how to do this, how to remove the sliding portion. There's enough of a gap in the channel up here that you just can lift it up. The bottom becomes able to clear the edge here. So I just lift up, slide the bottom out, tilt it out so that I can lower down at this angle here, and now it's free. I'm just going to set that aside. Now for this portion, I've got these screws on the outside here. So if I can, right down there, and another up at the top, right up there. I just gotta remove that, and this bracket comes free. This is a screwdriver. See how easy that is? Okay, so now that I've got the screws free, just wiggle this piece and it comes free. Just slide that out. Okay, the next portion, similar deal. Just gotta wiggle this thing, it's in the channel, free it from the edge, and then lift up. Now I'm tilting outwards at the bottom, and then pull it free. There you have it. Okay, next is getting the frame off. So it's in 4 pieces, one for each of the 4 edges, and it's held together just by a few screws. There's one at the bottom, and on each side. It's gonna probably do it side by side. Yeah, side by side first. So I'll do one side at a time. There's one. There's another, and I don't know if it matters, but I try to keep track of what's the top end and what's the bottom end. I don't know if it's gonna matter, but so this is the top end, and so I'm gonna just make sure I keep track of that. Now, I've already done this step before, but I'm gonna pretend like it's my first time to explain how to do it. This has presumably been on here for a long time, so you just want to wiggle it back and forth to kind of loosen it up. It's usually held together by a little glue, and so I'm going to just gently wiggle and apply pressure to lift it up. So I'm going to, because I'm got one hand, I'm going to free. I'm going to have to sit down the camera. Okay. So I'm just going to wiggle back and forth, lightly pulling up. And I'm going to try it at the other end. I'm going to be real patient. And you want to be careful regarding using pry tools like here it comes. Using pry tools like a screwdriver or something, because there's this rubber seal underneath that I want to reuse. So just gently wiggle. Don't want to break the glass that's underneath there. Okay. Here's the first piece that came off. So to keep track of it, I'm just going to lay it down. And remember, this side is the top edge there. And then I'm going to do the screws on the bottom side, on the opposite side, so I can free the other pieces. Okay, I'm going to just flip this thing up. And in fact, because there's this kind of tarry glue holding it together, I'm just going to use some of the cardboard that came with the packaging for the replacement window. Just set this down so I don't stain my carpet. This edge is the top edge. Like I said, I don't know if it's going to matter in the long run, but I just want to keep track. up slightly. There we go. At this edge. Wiggle. Here it comes. Gently work your way down. There you go. That's the second one. Now I can move to the top and bottom. So that's the top. Hopefully this is in camera. I haven't checked my framing. So I'm going to pause to check the framing. No, it's not. Okay. Maybe slide this a little towards the camera a little bit. Gently wiggle. You don't want to break the glass underneath. Pulling up. Okay. There we go. I'll lay this on the ground. And then, so this is that seal I say we're going to reuse there. Just gonna flip the whole case over. And wiggle again. Some time lapse. I'm going to use time lapse to do this last part. Okay, still keeping track of it. This is now the bottom. I'm going to flip this over. Yeah. This is the top, and this is where the seal is split. There's already a cut there to divide the two halves. I'm going to gently peel this off because I want to reuse it. Hold on to it. It's very sticky because there's some kind of adhesive that was applied here. I've never used adhesive. I've just kind of reused the residue that's left on this seal. So I'm probably doing it wrong. But I've done this a number of times already, and I have no regrets about the way I've done the other two windows in my house. Listening to a podcast. Trying to keep it off my white carpet. Okay. Set that out. Okay, now, so I have used this company a number of times. I'm a big fan. So their name is Peninsula Glass, and they're in Vancouver, Washington. And so when I took the old glass out, I measured it very precisely, edge to edge, both edges, and its width. I don't want to underestimate or overestimate the accuracy. In other words, I don't want to add an 1/8 of an inch for slop or anything. I just want to get it as precisely as I could. And then I ordered this online, and I'll post a link to where I got that in the comments. But I'm going to lay this down to get it out. There it is, the replacement. I just got regular clear glass, and with the silver aluminum in between, I don't know what you call that. And it looks great. I'm gonna pop it out.